Okay, now we start section 4.5, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, for an n-by-n matrix A and a vector x, AX is a vector in Rn. Okay. One of the important questions in applied problem is there any non-zero vector x which makes both AX and X parallel? AX and original X are parallel. If such a vector exists, then it is called an eigenvector. And it plays many important roles in linear transformation, which we will cover in chapter 6. In this section, we now introduce eigenvectors and eigenvalues. Here is the definition. Let A be an n-by-n matrix and a non-zero vector x in Rn. If there exists a scalar lambda that satisfies Ax is equal to lambda x, which means Ax is parallel to x, okay, dependent, linearly dependent. Okay. If Ax is a scalar multiple of x, then we call this lambda is an eigenvalue of x, and x is called an eigenvector of A corresponding to lambda. That's the definition. So now, if lambda is an eigenvalue, then and the x is corresponding eigenvector, then Ax and x is parallel. So suppose we have A and x like this, then Ax is what? 3 times 1, 1. So here A times x is equal to 3 times x. So this x is an eigenvalue of A. This is one eigenvalue of A, and x 1, 1 is an eigenvector of A corresponding to the eigenvalue 3. That's it. Since identity matrix INX is equal to 1x all the time, so 1 is the eigenvalue, and that's the only eigenvalue of the identity matrix IN, isn't it? For any matrix X, like IN, X is equal to 1x. So 1 is eigenvalue, and X is corresponding eigenvector. And there is no other scalar that makes INX is parallel to X. That's the only scalar. So that's the only eigenvalue for the identity matrix. And any non-zero vector X is an eigenvector of identity matrix corresponding to the eigenvalue 1. Okay? Next, if X is an eigenvector of A corresponding to lambda, then Kx is also an eigenvector. Why? A times Kx is equal to lambda Kx, because Ax is equal to lambda x. So if for A times Kx, so K can be factored out, then Ax is a lambda x, so lambda can be factored out there. So A times this vector y is equal to lambda times this vector y. So Kx is another eigenvector of A corresponding to eigenvalue lambda. Okay, here is the way to find the eigenvalues. Since Ax is equal to lambda x, so this can be written as this. Ax is equal to lambda times identity matrix times x. But still, this is a vector. Both sides are n by 1 vectors. Then we can move this one to the left side and then factor it out x. This can be written in this way. Okay? Say, then we have what? We have a homogeneous system of linear equations. and x was non-zero vector. Okay, when x is an eigenvector. Okay. Okay. So if x is not a zero, is non-zero vector, then this homogeneous linear system of equation should have what? If x is non-zero, this means this linear system of this matrix and this linear system of homogeneous linear system of equation should have what? You already have a non-zero solution, non-trivial solution, which means it has infinite many solutions. Okay? What it means? If a homogeneous system of linear equation has a non-trivial solution, then what? This matrix should have what? Its determinant 0. If determinant of this matrix is non-zero, then we should have a unique solution. X is equal to 0. But x is not 0. So this cannot be a non-singular matrix. So it should be a singular matrix. Okay? Is it clear? Okay. homogeneous system of linear equation인데 non-trivial solution을 가지니까 이 계수 행렬이 당연히 디터미넌트가 0이어야만 되지. 이게 0이 아니면 디터미넌트 0이 아니면 역행렬 곱해주면 x는 0이 돼야만 되는데 그런 모순이 생기죠. So determinant of this matrix lambda in minus a should be 0. Okay? We call this polynomial the characteristic polynomial of a. Okay? We call this polynomial. Okay. So this is a very important fact. So what this means is if x is non-zero and lambda satisfies this, which means lambda is an eigenvalue of a and x is its corresponding eigenvector, okay, then this should satisfy, which means lambda is an solution of characteristic polynomial. 그렇죠? 이식을 만족해야, 람다는 이식을 만족하잖아. 그럼 이식을 만족한다는 소리는 람다가 이 폴리노미알의 근이라는 소리죠. 즉 이식을 x가 0이 아니면 람다는 아이겐밸류가 되고 아이겐밸류는 이식을 만족하는 솔루션이라는 소리죠. 그럼 아이겐밸류 어떻게 찾으면 돼? How you can find the eigenvalues of a matrix A? All you have to do is solve this equation. Okay? That's it. That's all. Here is the theorem. If A is an n by n matrix and lambda is a scalar, then the following statements are equivalent. Lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then lambda is a solution of the characteristic equation, which is a determinant of lambda I minus A is equal to 0. This polynomial has a solution. That's the eigenvalues. Next, system of linear equations, homogeneous system of linear equation, has a non-trivial solution. It should have a non-trivial solution. They are all equivalent. Okay. So, if you want to find the eigenvalue of A, then first find the characteristic polynomial and let it be 0 and solve to find those lambdas. Here is the example. Find all eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvector of this 2 by 2 matrix. Let x is a vector that satisfies Ax is equal to lambda x. Okay? Then we are looking for a non-zero vector and scalar lambda that satisfies this. This can be written as this, and this can be simplified with this. So we have what? We have a homogeneous system of linear equations. Okay? Then what's the determinant of the coefficient matrix of this system? Okay, this is it. This can be written in this way. This is a characteristic polynomial of A. You can find the solution from this polynomial of degree 2, which is 1 and 2. So we have two solutions. These two are eigenvalues of given 2 by 2 matrix. 1 and 2 are eigenvalues. 1 and 2 are two eigenvalues of the given matrix. So for, let's say, lambda 1 is equal to 1 and lambda 2 is equal to 2. Okay? Then solve this linear system of equation. From there, we we substitute this lambda as 1. Then we have this linear system of equation. And solve this. Then we will have the solution. That will be the eigenvector of A corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda 1. If you substitute lambda 2, then we will have a different linear system of equation. Then you can find the solution of it. Then that will be the eigenvector of A corresponding to the eigenvalue 2. That's it. So we have a system of equation like this. Then this can be simplified in this way. So you can find the solution set. Okay. Isn't it? So any vectors that satisfies this, any scalar multiple of 3, 2 is an eigenvector of A corresponding to lambda 1. From this linear system of equation, which can be simplified in here, okay, then this is the scalar multiple of 2, 1. So any scalar multiple of 2, 1 vector is an eigenvector corresponding to lambda 2. That's it. So if you have a 2 by 2 matrix, then you have a characteristic polynomial of degree 2. So it has 2 solutions. Okay? So for those 2 solutions, you can find the corresponding eigenvectors of A respectively to lambda 1 and lambda 2. If you have a 3 by 3 matrix, then you will have the characteristic polynomial of degree 3. So you will have 3 solutions, counting multiplicity. Then for each eigenvalues, then you can solve a linear system of equation to find the x, the vector x. Those will be the corresponding eigenvector of A for lambda i's. Okay, so these are the computer simulation of eigenvalues. For example, we had what? We had u vector here. If you multiply in R2, if you multiply a matrix M on this vector, then that will be another 2 by 1 vector. So that could be here, that could be here or here or here or whatever, isn't it? So that if you connect all of those, then you will see some kind of the ellipse like this, because it moves continuously. Okay? So mu can be here. So it moves here and here. So at certain point, u and mu can be on the parallel. Mu can be on the u direction or minus u direction. Okay. And that's the particular vector. For matrix M, if you multiply different u's, then at certain point, mu and u could be on the same line. 무슨 말인지 이해돼? 행렬 m이 있죠, 여기 m. A라는 행렬이 있지. A에다가 x를 계속 곱해. 다른 걸로. R2 안에서. 예를 들어 유니트 벡터 안에 있는 것들, 유니트 벡터 안에 쭉 한 바퀴 돌아가면서 그 벡터가들 A에다가 다 곱해. 그러면 AU가 R2 안에는 다른 벡터로 이렇게 옮겨질 거 아니야? 그걸 다 연결해봐. 그러면 원래 U는 단위 원이었지. 행렬 A를 곱하는 것들을 묶어놓은 거는 막 크기가 변할 수도 있고 방향도 변하니까 큰 원으로 타원같이 이렇게 돌겠지. 그러면 그 중에서 방향이 요 작은 유니트 볼이 있으니까 그 M을 곱한 거는 다른 이런 큰 타원이 될 거 아니야. 그 두 개의 원을 가만히 비교해 보면은 요 벡터 어느 순간에는 이렇게 이거랑 이렇게 평행하는 MU가 요점에 있잖아. 그렇지? 그게 특별한, 그게 평행한 U에다가 M을 곱한 거. 그게 굉장히 재밌는 거야. 벡터, N차원 공간에 있는 벡터도 복잡한데 거기다가 N 바이 N 행렬을 곱했으니까 훨씬 더 복잡하잖아. 근데 그게 그냥 M의 그 어떤 벡터 X의 상수배로 나타난다 그러면 평행이라면 아주 특수한 경우지. 근데 그게 언제나 일어난다는 거야. 그런 게 언제나. 지금 그림에서 보듯이. 그게 2차원에서 뿐만 아니라 N차원 공간에서 똑같이 일어난다는 거야. 그게 아이겐밸류에 대한 이 모티베이션이에요. 무슨 말인지 이해됐죠? 그냥 계산해서 구하는 게 아니야. 이게 물리적인 의미가 있는 거예요. 오케이? So you can try. Yeah, you can. If you go inside, then you will see. You can simulate all those. I can show you. 이거 하려면 또 이게 지우고 이걸 지우고 잘 안 지워져. 이렇게 anyway. 자, next. Fundamental theorem of algebra. For any coefficient, for real or complex coefficient polynomial with degree n can be written in this way. Okay? This has n root x1 through xn on the complex plane. This is called the fundamental theorem of algebra. If you have a nth degree, nth order polynomial, then it has exactly n solutions on the complex plane. 2차식이면 근이 2개고, 3차식이면 근이 3개고, 5차식이면 근이 5개야. 근데 어디서? 복소수에서. 왜냐하면 x제곱 플러스 1 같은 경우에는 개수는 실수지만 근이 플러스 마이너스 i밖에 없잖아. 그렇죠? 그건 복소수에서 있지. 실수에는 없을 수도 있어요. 그렇지만 복소수에서는 exactly n개의 솔루션을 갖는 소리예요. Okay? So nth degree polynomial always have the exactly n solutions on the complex plane. That's the fundamental theorem of algebra. 이 이름만 들어도 굉장히 중요한 정리 같이 보이죠? 이게 대수학의 기본 정리예요. 굉장히 중요한 정리야. 이게 있기 때문에 n차 행렬이 있으면 n차 다항식이 캐릭터의 폴리노미얼이 생기고 그것이 exactly n개의 솔루션을 갖고 그래서 여러분들은 n개의 고유값을 갖고 시작하는 거예요. 오케이? 오케이. So a real square matrix A with degree n always has n eigenvalues in complex domain. Okay. But in this textbook, in the earlier part, up to chapter 7, yeah, we have limited a scalar as a real numbers, and hence there is no eigenvalues means there is no real eigenvalues. 그러니까 뒤에 이제 우리가 복소 행렬을 다룰 때는 이제 완전히 복소수로 확장해서 하는데 앞에서 우리가 계산할 때는 주로 지금 7장까지는 실수 행렬에 대해서만 쭉 다룰 거니까 근데 하다가 복소수가 나오게 되면은 어떤 다른 책에서는 그래서 그 고유값이 존재하지 않는다 이렇게 쓰는 책도 있어요. 근데 그 경우는 그 존재하지 않는다는 소리가 아니라 실수 고유값은 존재하지 않는다는 소리예요. 그렇지만 복소수 고유값은 exactly n개가 언제나 존재하는 거야. 그러니까 다른 책에서 그렇게 행렬이 3차 행렬을 주고 이것은 고유값이 2개밖에 존재하지 않는다 이렇게 쓰여져 있는 거는 그런 의미로 얘기하는 것이지 실제로 3개가 없다는 소리가 아니라는 것을 언급하는 거예요. 그러니까 예제들은 일단 여기는 다 이제 exactly n개 솔루션 존재하는 것들로 설명을 했어요. Okay, next example. Find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of matrix A. Okay, so for eigenvalue, yeah, if you have the 2x2 matrix like this, then find the characteristic polynomial. Okay, then you can solve the polynomial. Then what you have? You have two solutions. So this is two eigenvalues now. So lambda 1 and lambda 2. So we have two eigenvalues, lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, so let's say find the eigenvector corresponding the eigenvalue lambda is equal to -2. So for lambda 1, which is -2, we find the eigenvectors that satisfies this. Okay, okay. Then 2x2 matrix. Then we have this linear system of equation which gives us what? The solutions. Okay. So these are corresponding eigenvector of A to the eigenvalue lambda is equal to -2. Next, for the eigenvalue lambda 2 is equal to 4, then solve this linear system of equation where this lambda is equal to 4. Then we have a linear system of equation like this, which gives us the solution like this. Okay? So these are the any scalar multiple of -1 and 1 is a eigenvector of A corresponding to eigenvalue lambda 2 is equal to 4. Okay? Okay, this, all of these was made as a one command. Find the eigenvector of A. Write eigenvector of A. If you give this command, that gives you exactly this. This command gives you two eigenvalues, 4 and minus 2. And its corresponding eigenvector 1, minus 1, and the eigenvector 1, 1 of A corresponding to eigenvalue lambda is equal to minus 2. Okay. Here, the last letter 1 and 1 means algebraic multiplicity is 1. 중근이 없다는 소리예요. 만약에 여러분들이 3차식을 가지고 있는 3차 행렬을 했는데 이렇게 나오고 여기에 2가 나왔다 그러면 요게 중근이고 여기에 1차 독립인 아이겐벡터가 하나밖에 없다. 그러니까 요게 중근이고 1차 독립인 아이겐벡터가 하나밖에 없다. 이런 의미예요. 그런 의미를 이해합니다. Okay? So with this command you can have two eigenvalues here and corresponding eigenvectors respectively here with the algebraic multiplicity of eigenvalues. So if you have a 3 by 3 matrix, then everything's the same. You define a same matrix with the same different size. Find the characteristic polynomial, and you solve it, then you have two solutions like this. Here, then for eigenvalue, lambda 1 is equal to minus 3, lambda 2 is equal to 3. Then you, for lambda 1 is equal to minus 3, solve this. Then you have this linear system of equation, which have what? Which have the scalar multiple of minus 2, 1, 3. So you have one linear independent eigenvectors. Okay? And next, for lambda is equal to 3, you solve this linear system of equation where lambda is equal to 3. Then you have this REF. Then this gives you the solution set like this. All the solution can be written as a linear combination of these two vectors. So now you have two linear independent eigenvectors. The vectors here. Here, so you have what? You have two linear independent eigenvectors, which is 1, 1, 0 and 1, 0, 1 for the eigenvalue lambda is equal to 3. Okay? So now you have one eigenvector here and another two eigenvector here. So you have three eigenvectors which are linearly independent. So if you if we find the eigenvector, right eigenvector of A, which we did here, then it gives you eigenvalue minus 3 and eigenvalue 3. And here for this, this is algebraic multiplicity 1, so you have this corresponding eigenvalue 1. One linear independent eigenvector. Okay? For lambda is equal to minus 3. For eigenvalue 3, you have two algebraic multiplicity. 이거 중근이야, 이거는. It has two linearly independent eigenvectors. So you have two eigenvalues minus 3, 3, 3. So you have three eigenvalues, and you have 1, 2, 3 eigenvectors. You have three linear independent eigenvectors. That's it. That's what it says. Understand? 조윤근 군 이해돼요? 행렬 3차 행렬이 있으면 3차 행렬에 특성 방정식을 구했죠? 3차식이지? 특성 방정식 근을 구하지? 근을 구했더니 그 마이너스 3, 3 이렇게 두 개 나왔죠? 마이너스 3은 이게 중근 포함해서 마이너스 3하고 3, 3 세 개인데 이렇게 구하면 두 개밖에 안 보여. 오케이. Anyway. 이거에 대해서 아이겐밸류를, 이제 아이겐밸류는 구한 거야. 그러니까 아이겐밸류 명령을 주면은 이렇게 마이너스 3, 3, 4 이렇게 해서 세 개 아이겐밸류가 보이게 돼. 오케이? 풀었을 때는 이제 이렇게 명령어가 이렇게 되는 거고. 근데 어쨌든 세 개가 됐어. 그럼 어쨌든 마이너스 3에 대해서 이게 연립방정식에다가 마이너스 3을 대입해서 풀면 그러면 해집합이 이렇게 나오지? 그럼 이게 이 해집합이 요 벡터의 상수배잖아. 그러니까 요거를 그 대표 아이겐벡터 corresponding to eigenvalue lambda is equal to 마이너스 3이라고 하지. 또 여기에 3을 집어넣으면은 그러면 연립방정식 풀면은 해집합이 이렇게 나오지. 그러면 이게 두 개가 1차 독립이지 서로. 1차 독립인 두 개의 아이겐벡터가 존재한다는 의미예요. 그러면 이제 세 개의 아이겐밸류와 세 개의 아이겐벡터를 다 구했으니까 문제가 풀린 거지. 그거를 다른 방법으로 아이겐벡터를 라이트 아이겐벡터를 구하라는 명령어를 주면 정확히 이렇게 나오는 거야. 여기에 보면 아이겐밸류가 마이너스 3 하나 있고 3이 두 개 있다. 아이겐밸류 세 개 있다. 그리고 여기에 이 마이너스 3에 대응하는 아이겐벡터 하나가 있고 여기에 이 3에 대응하는 1차 독립인 아이겐벡터 두 개가 있다. That's it. 이해돼요? 그럼 아이겐밸류 구할 수 있겠지? 박민근 군. 행렬 주면 아이겐밸류 구할 수 있겠어? 아이겐벡터 구할 수 있겠어? 결국 이게 다 연립방정식 푸는 문제였죠? 그렇죠? 그 앞에서 배운 내용만 알면 다 따라오는 거지. 단지 계산이 조금씩 복잡해져 갈 뿐이죠. 그러니까 손으로 이걸 다 하려고 그러면 사이즈가 점점점 커지면서는 계산량이 굉장히 많아지고 하지. 자, 이제 그러니까 단순 작업에 우리가 시간을 많이 쓸 필요가 없으니까 이제 이런 건 이제 슬슬 단순화시켜서 알고리즘화 시켜서 반복 작업은 기계한테 시키고 우리는 계속 개념을 활용하면서 앞으로 나갑시다. 오케이. 이게 여기에 here the first part shows eigenvalues and second part shows the eigenvectors. Okay. And this last part, this number shows algebraic multiplicity. 중근의 개수예요. 오케이. 내가 전에 시험에다가는 요걸 주고서는 이게 의미하는 바가 뭔지 설명하시오 이렇게 시험을 내봤었어요. 무슨 말인지 알겠어요? 행렬을 주고 이걸 그 명령을 주고 이걸 준 다음에 이게 의미하는 바가 무엇이오 이렇게 물어봤어. 설명할 수 있겠어요? 손원진 군 설명할 수 있겠어 그러면? 이걸 보고 이게 이 A의 아이겐벡터를 구해라 해서 이게 나왔어. 이게 의미하는 바가 뭔지 설명할 수 있겠냐고. 지금 내가 몇 번 설명해 줬는데 아직도 감이 안 와? 오명진 군 설명할 수 있겠어? 한번 설명해 봐. 그러니까 3이 한 개, 마이너스 3이 한 개, 3이 두 개 있고, 그럼 세 개가 아이겐밸류야. 그다음 요거에 대응하는 아이겐벡터고, 요거 두 개가 각각 3에 대응하는 두 개의 1차 독립인 아이겐벡터고. 그래서 우리가 세 개, 그러니까 이걸 갖고 다시 여기다가 아이겐밸류를 쓰고 아이겐벡터를 쓰라 그러면 마이너스 3, 3을 쓰고 그 각각의 대응하는 아이겐벡터가 요거다 이렇게 쓰면 되는 거지. 그렇죠. 그렇게 써라 그러면 이걸 보고서는 자네 말로 쓰고 설명할 수 있어야 되겠죠? 백선엽 군? 할 수 있겠지? 그러면 이제 아이겐밸류도 구할 수 있고 아이겐벡터도 구할 수 있어. 그리고 아이겐밸류가 의미가 뭔지도 알아. 아이겐벡터의 의미도 알고. 그치? 어떤 AX가 X하고 평행인 그런 조건을 만족하는. 그럼 그거를 만족하게 하는 람다 스칼라베가 바로 아이겐밸류고 AX 그 람다 X 된 X가 아이겐벡터, 논제럴 벡터가 아이겐벡터. 그리고 그건 이렇게 구하면 되는 거야. 손으로 연립방정식만 풀면 구할 수 있는 거야. 그래요. 오케이. For an triangular matrix T with degree n, the main diagonal component lambda t minus I are lambda minus t II. Okay. Therefore, the characteristic polynomial is this, isn't it? For a triangular matrix, lambda I minus t. Okay. Then that's another triangular matrix. So what's the determinant of that triangular matrix? Product of main diagonal entries, isn't it? So determinant of triangular matrix of lambda I minus t is this. So what is the eigenvalue of this triangular matrix T? What is the root of this polynomial? What is the solution of this polynomial? 김태영 군. 이 특성 방정식의 근은 뭐예요? 람다 T11, T22, Tnn. Those are the solutions of this characteristic polynomial of T. So what are the eigenvalues of T? Triangular matrix T. 김태영 군. What are the eigenvalues of this triangular matrix T? They are all TIs, which were main diagonal entry of this triangular matrix. 그러니까 삼각행렬이 있죠? 삼각행렬에 람다의 마이너스 t를 삼각형을 t라고 하고 람다의 마이너스 t를 만들죠. 그리고 그거의 디터미넌트를 구해보면 결국 삼각형렬의 디터미넌트니까 주대각성 성분들만 곱한 게 되지. 주대각성 성분의 모양들이 다 람다 마이너스 t11, 두 번째는 람다 마이너스 t22 이렇게 되지. 그러니까 그것의 이 특성 방정식의 근은 tii들이지. 그게 다 행렬 t의 고유값이 되는 것이지. 그러니까 삼각형렬은 계산할 필요도 없지. 삼각형의 고유값 구하라. 그럼 뭐 하면 돼? 그냥 주대각성 성분을 쭉 쓰면 되는 거지. 삼각형렬. 오케이? So if you have a triangular matrix, you don't have to compute anything. Just write down the main diagonal entries as eigenvalues of a given triangular matrix. So if you have this triangular matrix, then what is the eigenvalue of this matrix? What is the eigenvalue? What are the eigenvalues? Okay? What? 서희연 군, what are the eigenvalues of this matrix? What? What are the eigenvalues of this matrix T? Triangular matrix. What? Where is it? 2 and -1 and 3. Why? Characteristic polynomial of this lambda I minus t should be this. Determinant of lambda I minus t is the -2, lambda minus 2 times lambda plus 1 times lambda minus 3. So 2, -1, and 3 are eigenvalues. Okay? If you write in order from small to the large, then you can write -1, 2, 3. Next, eigenspace. This is another very important concept that you should know, and not many knows well. 그러니까 이 아이겐스페이스가 굉장히 중요한 거예요. 근데 보통 제대로들 못 배우고 이거 혼돈하는 사람이 굉장히 많아요. 선생님들도 배우고. 이게 뭐냐면 아까 여러분들이 그 아이겐밸류 아이겐 벡터 구하라는 명령어 줬을 때 어떤 건 하나가 나오고 어떤 건 두 개가 나오고 그랬었지. 그게 그 개수가 좀 궁금하지 않아? 개수가. 그 개수가 몇 개, 아이겐 벡터가 개수가 몇 개라는 거를 정확히 주는 컨셉트가 이거예요. 그러면 그 명령어가 의미하는 바를 이제 완전히 이해할 수 있지. 오케이. Eigenspace. Let lambda be an eigenvalue of n by matrix A. Then the solution space of the system of linear equations lambda in minus ax is equal to 0 is called the eigenspace of corresponding to lambda. The solution space of this is called the eigenspace of A corresponding to lambda. 오케이? 다 고쳤어. 이미 새 버전에는. 오케이. 이게 무슨 말이에요? A가, 행렬 A가 있으면 람다 n 마이너스 ax 이퀄 0 하면 이게 이제 호모지니어스 리니어 시스템 오브 이퀘이션이죠. 그럼 이거에 해집합이 존재하지. 솔루션 스페이스가 존재하지. 호모지니어스 시스템이니까 솔루션 세트의 집합이 스페이스를 이루죠. 솔루션 스페이스가 서브 스페이스지. 다 배웠잖아요. 서브 스페이스니까 그 서브 스페이스 이 솔루션 스페이스를 바로 아이겐 스페이스라고 해요. 오케이? 아이겐 스페이스. 이번에 중간고사의 시험에 낼게요. 이건 여러분 이 개념을 알고 있는지 모르는지를 정확히 물어보는 시험 문제를 낼게. Okay, that is an eigenspace of A corresponding to lambda is the set of all eigenvectors of A corresponding to lambda and add the zero vector in it. Okay. 그러니까 이게 뭐냐면 이게 아이겐스페이스가 되려면 솔루션 스페이스라고 했잖아. 이 솔루션 셋에다가 이게 x가 원래는 다 논제로 벡터들로 이루어져 있지. 그러니까 솔루션 스페이스가 되려면 제로 벡터가 안에 있어야 되지. 그러니까 이 솔루션 스페이스라고 내가 주려면은 여기다 이 솔루션 셋에다가 0벡터를 더하기만 하면 솔루션 스페이스가 되는 거거든. 그래서 그 솔루션 셋 플러스 지로 벡터 합치면 그게 솔루션 스페이스가 되는 거예요. 오케이? 이 솔루션 셋들이 요거의 솔루션 셋들이 만드는 솔루션 스페이스가 아이겐 스페이스인데 결국 그건 뭐냐면 아이겐 벡터들의 집합 다 더한 거 플러스 제로 벡터라는 거야. 그게 이퀄 솔루션 셋이 되는 거고 이거에 그게 아이겐 스페이스가 되는 거예요. 솔루션 스페이스가 돼. 무슨 말인지 알죠? 아이겐 벡터들 다 있는 거에 제로 벡터를 더하면 그게 솔루션 셋이 되고 그게 솔루션 스페이스가 되는 거예요. 호모지니어스 시스템. 자, for the given matrix in 5, find the eigenspace of A corresponding to each eigenvalues lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, here, same thing. Lambda is equal to -3, then solve this, then you have this. So what is the solution space? 솔루션 스페이스가 요게 솔루션 요게 다 그 저거죠. 아이겐 벡터들. 요거의 스칼라베가 다 아이겐 벡터들이죠. 거기다 제로 벡터를 더해야 되지. 그 의미하는 게 뭐야? 결국은 요 벡터의 스팬이 바로 요것들이 1차 결합 다 한 거에다가 다 한 거지. 거기엔 제로 0배까지 포함해서. 이게 바로 이 솔루션 스페이스를 표시하는 거예요. 요런 벡터가 솔루션 셋을 구하면 그거의 1차 독립인 벡터를 구한 다음에 그거의 스팬이 바로 솔루션 스페이스가 되는 거예요. 이거보다 표현이 훨씬 쉽지? 그렇죠? 요거에 상수배한 거에 스팬 해도 똑같고. 그렇죠? 그러니까 가장 단순하게 분수 없고 가장 작은 숫자 있는 걸로 써놓고 그거에 스팬을 쓰면 됩니다. Next. When lambda is equal to 3, solve this linear system equation. Then you have a solution set like this with the linear combination of these two vectors. Then what is the solution space? Span of these two vectors. Okay. All the set of linear combinations of these two vectors, which is this. Okay? Okay. This is the solution space for lambda 1. This is the solution space for lambda 2. Okay, I think that's the end of section 4.5 and chapter 4. Any questions? No question? Any questions? Okay. Now, I will explain some exercise problems on chapter 4. Okay. First question is permutation of S is even or odd. Okay. So, how you can check it? When you check whether the given permutation is even or odd, you have to find the number of inversions. Okay? So you have to find the number of inversions for each of these entries and should add everything. So what's the inversion for 2? Okay? Then here, there is only one smaller number, right, of 2, so which is 1. So you have only one inversion for the first. For 3, you have what? You have the smaller number 1 only. So the inversion for number 3 is 1. For 1, there is no smaller number, so 0. For 7, you have 2. For 4, 0. For about 7, you have 2 smaller number here. And for 6, you have 1 smaller number, 5, which is so, and 5 is a large digit. So how many inversions do we have? 1, 1, 0, 0, 2, 1. So addition of those are all 5. So this permutation has 5 inversions. So is it odd or even? It's odd permutation. Okay, next. So you can check it. Find the number of inversion, 5. So, whether ask is the odd permutation or even permutation. If you ask it the odd permutation, then say it's true. So it should be a odd permutation. Find the following determinant. So if you have a matrix A, then you can easily find the determinant of matrix. If you change the matrix, then you will have it for any size of the matrix. For n by n matrix, if determinant of A is equal to -5, then what's the determinant of 3A? What? What is this? It's a 3 by 3 matrix. This is n by n matrix. n by n matrix. So, 행렬 A에 3을 더 곱했다는 소리는 모든 로우에 3을 곱했다는 것이죠. 그렇죠? 그럼 디터미넌트가 각 로우가 나올 때마다 3이 나온 거죠. 그 3이 나온 게 몇 개가 나왔어? n개가 나왔지? 그러면 디터미넌트 오브 A에다가 3을 몇 개 곱해줘야 돼? n개 곱해야 돼. So, since each row of the matrix A, each row of matrix 3A is a multiple of 3 on each row, so you have a n number of 3s. So you should have multiply n times of 3 on a determinant of A, like this. So that is -5 times 3 to the n is the determinant of A. This comes from the properties. What about the inverse? Determinant of A inverse. If it's 5, -5, then it's just reciprocal. So without computation, if you have 1, then you can think of the determinant of the various type of matrix comes from A. Okay, and for A, determinant of A, determinant of A square, determinant of 3A, determinant of 3A inverse, all can be found without any difficulties. For given matrix A and B, and show A determinant of A is A transpose, and show A determinant of A B is equal to determinant of A times determinant of B, etc. So yeah, you can do it. Yeah, yeah, you can easily check it. Yeah. And for which x and y the given matrix is invertible? Okay. What is the determinant? What's the determinant of this matrix? This is this. If this is not 0, then determinant is non-zero. Okay, so if find the solutions first. If x is equal to x is not 0, 4, 0, 8, 4, and if y is not 3, then each term is not 0, so product of each term is not 0, so determinant is not 0. So that's the solution. Okay? X should not be these numbers. Solution of this characteristic, this determinant. For given matrix A and B, yeah, same thing. Yeah, you can do it. And find all the cofactors of the matrix. Yeah. Can you find the cofactor of this? You can do it by hand. For example, for A11, the cofactor is as you see, 1, 1, and 1, 3, and 2, 2, and 3, 1. These are the addition of these two ij's are all even numbers, so they are all plus signs. Here, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 2 are all, the addition of ij's are all odd, so these all should have minuses. Okay? Then next, A11, delete the first row and the first column. And then you have a submatrix. And so you can find the determinant of this 2 by 2 matrix. So this is the way. So you can do it. And this can be done with this matrix defined, find the adjoint matrix. And then find the transpose of that. Okay? Then you have a cofactor. Then you have the adjugate matrix of A and adjugate matrix of B. Anyway, and find the determinant of matrix by cofactor expansion from A. Yeah. Okay. If you use since you already have 0 here, so you make this one 0. So multiply -2 on the third row and add it to the first row. Then you will have this matrix. Then determinant of this matrix can be found by cofactor expansion on the first column, which has 2 zeros, which can be easily obtained. Okay? Find the adjoint matrix of A, it was 4 by 4. Then, yes, in that case, you do have to do many computations. 그러니까 3 by 3만 돼도 벌써 계산량이 확 늘어나죠. 이 5 by 5가 되면은 이게 상당히 많아져서 이 시험을 볼 수가 없을 정도가, 페이지가 벌써 종이가 한 몇 장이 필요하게 되지. 그리고 시간도 벌써. But since you've done for 3 by 3, so if you do give the same matrix and using the same command, then you can have the answers. Find easily. Find the inverse matrix of given matrix by cofactor expansion. From here, this matrix, multiply 2 on the side. So make it simplify and find the determinant of it. And then A inverse is 1 over determinant of A times adjoint of A. So if you find the determinant and if you find the adjugate matrix, then automatically now you have an inverse. Okay. 그러니까 여러분 디터미넌트도 구할 줄 알지? adjugate도 구할 줄 알지? 그러면 곱해서 그래서 inverse를 바로 계산할 수 있죠. Okay. So you can find it. Next, solve the system linear equation by using the Cramer's rule. 그러니까 연립방 정식이 이렇게 있으면 then you have to find the determinant of it and find the A1, determinant of A1, determinant of A2, and determinant of A3. And these AIs are how you obtained these AIs. You deleted the I's column and replaced it with the vector B and then found the determinant of it. 그러니까 이게 여기 이런 경우 3번 같은 경우라 그러면 이 3x3 행렬이 되면 A determinant of A가 코에피션트 행렬의 determinant고 A1의 determinant는 요 first 컬럼을 1, 2, 4로 바꿔준 그 매트릭스의 determinant. 두 번째 건 A2는 요 2, 4, 5, 4를 1, 2, 4로 바꿔준 거의 determinant. Third, the A3 is obtained by deleting replace this 3, 1, 2, 3 number by 1, 2, 3, this vector v, and found the determinant of. 그러니까 여러분 디터미넌트만 반복해서 구할 수 있으면 그냥 모든 게 구해지고, so you can have x and y and g's. Yeah. Okay? This can be done for every others. Solve the following problems by using the determinant of Vandermonde matrix. If you have a 2-point and looking for the line passing through this 2-point, this and give the 3-point and you are looking for an equation that of degree 2. Okay? Then found the linear system of equation and then find the inverse matrix of the Vandermonde matrix. Then you have the solutions. Then that will give you the coefficient. That will give you the coefficient here. And those are the coefficient A, B, C. So you have a polynomial of degree 2. Minus 1 plus 5x minus x squared is equal to y. That's the other polynomial. Solve the following problems by using the determinant. Area of the parallelogram, which is generated by two sides connecting the origin and each point. How? Form a 2x2 matrix whose columns are these 2-point vectors, and then determinant will give you the area of the parallelogram. What about the volume of parallel pipe which is generated by these 3 vectors? Okay. Then form a matrix whose column vectors are these, and then find the determinant of it. That gives you the volume of the parallelogram, parallel pipe. So if you give the 3 vectors and then form a matrix and find the determinant of it, that gives you the area and volume. Find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the following matrix. For a matrix, you do find the characteristic polynomial and solve it to find the eigenvalues. Okay? Then solve the linear system of equation to have the solution sets. Okay? That gives you the eigenvectors. Okay. So if you just give a command, short command to find the eigenvectors, then that gives you this. What this means, 11 and 3 and minus 5 and minus 9 are eigenvalues. And this vector and this vector and this vector and these vectors are corresponding eigenvectors of each eigenvalues. Okay? So these are the eigenvalues and these are the corresponding eigenvectors. That's it. So explain why determinant of A for the following matrix A. If it is, you can, by third type elementary row operation, doesn't make any change on the determinant. So if you simplify it like this, then you have 2 same rows. So determinant of this 0, which means determinant of original matrix is 0. If the matrix looks like this, because 이게 닮음 행렬이야, 이게 미리 보여준 거예요. 대칭 행렬, 대각화 가능의 예를 먼저 보여주는 거예요. If this satisfies, then determinant of these 2 matrices should be same. Why? This. Because of determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A times determinant of B. So you can change it, you can simplify. And simplify the following determinant, and you can simplify it as much as you can. Then this can be, you can use the cofactor expansion, so you can find this. So you can, since you know the property of determinant, you can simplify it as much as you can. And there are, this shows the determinant of adjugate matrix of A. And if matrix 4 by 5 matrix is given, then adjugate of A is this, then find the determinant of adjugate and find A. Okay. So since you know this relationship, if you find this, then this gives you what was the eigenvalue, the original eigenvalue from the given information. And Cramer's rule can be used to find the coefficient of this polynomial that passes through this 4-point. And characteristic polynomial, if you have a characteristic polynomial, the eigenvalues are 2, 1, and 4. That's easy. And find the eigenspace corresponding to each eigenvalues and show they are orthogonal to each other. Okay. If you have eigenvalue, then if you have matrix, then you can find the eigenvalue and corresponding eigenvectors. Then you can check those eigenvectors are orthogonal. If you find the inner product, then they are zeros. If the eigenvalues are different, then corresponding eigenvectors are always orthogonal. That's another interesting property that you see here. And find the characteristic polynomial and find the root of polynomial. Okay, so finding eigenvalue. That's what it is. I think that's the end of chapter 4. Any questions? Class dismissed.